So I have here the 9mm high point and the 380 high point. They're both virtually the same gun. The notable difference, of course, is the actual chambering in the barrel. Obviously, this barrel is set up for 9mm, this barrel is set up for 380. Everything else is pretty much the same. The frame, the pistol stocks, the magazines are actually the same magazines in each one. It's pretty much an interchangeable magazine. The innards, everything else is pretty much the same. Another little small difference is the 380 is marketed as less in cost than the 9mm typically. In my area, you'll see this for about 150 bucks. This will be right around 120, 130 bucks. But I'm making this quick little video just kind of to really quick touch on the question, why the heck would somebody buy the 380 high point when you can get the 9mm? And I've heard that asked before, and it's a valid question, especially when you're talking if you want something for budget, price, self-defense, all that good stuff. Why in the heck would you want the 380 round, which is limited, versus the 9mm round, which has a lot more loadings, a little bit more versatile in application, all that good stuff? Well, the 380, I view it as it's a good training gun. It's a very good gun for recoil sensitive people because it does recoil less than the 9mm version. The 9mm version, the C9 right here, doesn't recoil much at all. I never viewed 9mm as a recoil heavy gun unless you're shooting a very, very small 9mm, like a pocket gun. You might get a little bit of snappiness. But for a gun like this that has a little bit of size and bulk to it, there's no recoil, not heavy recoil, in my opinion, to the 9mm. Well, the 380 actually has less recoil than the 9mm. So you're getting the same amount of capacity. It's a smaller round, a little bit less velocity, all that good stuff, but it's less recoil. It's a little bit funner to shoot, a little bit easier to stay on target, and that really translates to a lot of things, I think. Somebody might buy this 380 and go out and shoot at tin cans. And they might say, wow, I really like shooting this little cheap little gun at tin cans. It's really easy to hit the target. Well, because it's fun to shoot, it might cause that person to shoot more, I guess, if you see what I'm trying to say here. Instead of shooting tin cans, a person's going to go out and say, wow, I can really hit the target really good with this because it's such a nice little shooter. Next thing you know, he might go, hey, there's a little weekend shoot. It's a little competition. I think I'll join in on it and see how I do. It's a confidence booster. You could still get the same with 9mm, but there are some people out there that are recoil sensitive, and starting them off on a 380, these are still compact guns, but I consider them more full size. Most 380s are really the small pocket guns you see on the market, and this is more of a heavier, bulkier 380. Just the fact that it's easy to use, it's light recoiling, there's not a lot of muzzle blast to it. It's really simple, it's easy to get on target, easy to stay on target, you can shoot rapid, and the fact that all of the aftermarket accessories for the 9mm stuff will fit on the 380. Like the magazines are interchangeable, and even the aftermarket magazines, the high capacity mags, you can do that as well if you so choose. Just make sure to check with manufacturer warranty before you do so, because High Point does not like some of the aftermarket mags out there. But that kind of translates. If you buy the 380 and you shoot it because, well, it's really easy to shoot, it's not only going to translate to having fun out at the range and maybe advancing and doing stuff at the range with 380, but also self-defense. I would rather have somebody that shoots a 380 well use a 380 versus somebody that maybe might not shoot a 9mm too well, or somebody that shoots a 40 caliber not too well, for whatever reason. A very well-placed 380 full metal jacket is a lot more effective in a self-defense situation than an ill-placed 45 hollow point. So I think the main draw for the 380, for somebody that's looking, is just the ease of use. It's not an obnoxious gun at all. There's nothing about it that's obnoxious. No obnoxious recoil, no obnoxious muzzle blast, none of that stuff. It just works. So I think that's the draw for the 380 when you're looking 380 versus 9mm. The availability ammo also comes into play. In my area, 380 is available. I know not too long ago there was a shortage of 380, but now it's available, and it's a little bit more expensive than 9mm, but only by $1 or so per box of ammo. So it's really not anything substantial. There are some 380 loadings out there, but that's kind of for a different video. I'm not really into 380 hollow points. 380 is a marginal self-defense round, so I would rather stick with the full metal jackets. With that round, with this 380 round, I'm going more for penetration versus max expansion. That's just me. But that's a totally different video. I think the 380 is applicable for those that are asking, why in the heck would I buy a 380 high point over a 9mm when 9mm it just makes more sense? It does actually make a little bit more sense if you're wanting kind of an all-around type gun. But the 380, don't discount it. They're a fun gun, and for the rest of us guys and gals out there who are blessed and have a little bit more money to spend on guns, why not? It's like a $120 gun. If anything, it's a tackle box gun. It's something you can take the kids out and shoot. You can give a friend to shoot. You can just go out and have fun with. So, before I end the video, with that said, I was just about ready to end the video, but my last little point, remember, not every gun you own has to be practical. Everybody's too stuck on that. They say, well, every gun has to have a applicable use in zombie warfare, self-defense, whatever. It doesn't have to be that way. You can buy stuff just for fun. It is allowed. This is America. Last I checked, we are free. So if anything, you buy it. It's inexpensive and it's fun. So with that said, thanks a lot for watching, and keep it safe.